Good morning, everybody, and welcome back. My name is Joel, and this is A Stable Life. Hey, thank you so much for clicking on the video. I am overwhelmed with joy to have you guys here with me. It is a nice early morning on Friday. We're heading right on over to the tractor. We're getting started basically right away. So the plan for today, we're gonna be spending our morning working on moving dirt, all that big pile of dirt. Today is the first day in a really long time where there is no rain forecast at all. The top layer is drying down, so I expect it to be a tiny bit sticky, but nothing that would cause us some problems, which is good. I believe we will have Peter's assistance. He is going to be down there with his dump wagon, helping us move some dirt. There is a lot going on today, though. When isn't there? The rundown for today is gonna go as follows. We're working down there, moving dirt. We're gonna try to get as much dirt as we can moved safely as we can up till noon, lunchtime. And then at lunchtime, we are going to be stopping work on the hay barn, and we're going to be pivoting, and I'm gonna head on up and help the Veggie boys with silage. That's when they said they would be wanting some assistance from me. So that's the plan. That's what we're gonna do. And then we're gonna be spending the afternoon working on silage, and then my evening will be with my in-laws because I got all my in-laws coming in and out of town. So it's going to be a packed day. We're starting the morning at 7:40 a.m. after talking with everybody and getting everything organized. Now we know what's happening. It's gonna be a bit of a chaotic video, but I'll do my best to make sure not only that you're getting cool shots, but that I'm filming and talking to everybody that's crossing my path as we go. Because variety is the spice of life, as they say. All right, let's get to the fields. And just in case you're curious, yes, it feels so good to be able to go back and get some work done. Just looking at the paths, it's looking pretty good. I'm very happy with how things are looking right now. I gotta get that wired up too, because today marks 1 week until our barn delivery gets here. So that means I have 1 week to get all my excavating done. No pressure, right? Yeah, it's gonna be a full push to get everything done, but I mean, I guess that's how it is on every construction project, right? Not to mention, we have rain Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. But thankfully, the forecast is saying Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday are dry. So I'm thinking that means I'm gonna be working all day Wednesday night, sleeping, and then right back to it Thursday, all day Thursday night. Because Thursday night is kind of like, hey, we need to be done because Friday, surprise, delivery. And I don't think the truck will be getting there first thing Friday morning, so I probably could be working on getting the rock put down on top of the pipes Friday morning, but I need to have the rock there for me to do that. So I'm thinking we could transport the rock in the rain, and we are getting a load of crushed stone. So the potato rock will be down on the bottom and the crushed stone will be up towards the top, kind of alleviate any problems we could have with the horse's hooves or with the tractor tires driving over top of it. I wonder if Peter's gotten down here or not yet, because he had to get his backhoe, bring it back to where he lives, unhook it, and then hook up to his dump wagon and come back. Well, he hasn't gone through the gate yet, so I'm the first one here today. Good morning, Tucker, Sampson, Argento, Archer, and Casino. I'm so happy to see them eating out of that feeder. That makes me happy. Oh, and it makes me happy to be down here at the hay barn. Sweet. So we'll unhook this, and then because it's touching the ground, I turn it off because I don't want the solar fencer to just be sending power directly into the ground for no reason. That, and you know, there's a chance someone can accidentally touch the fence and then get shocked. So I turn it off. Let's see if it's running good. How does it look down here? Yeah, we've got a few puddles. I'm thinking as time moves on today that I may be able to level off in here. Oh yeah, it's working good. There we go, that's off. All right, let's start grabbing some dirt. I've got some puddles in here. I've got a pile of dirt over there from the excavator I need to clean up. No. Curious George 1 and Curious George 2. No entry, no entry. Oh my goodness. It's looking sticky in there, it is. I'm hoping the sun comes out and helps me out a bit today. I've got this pile over here that was made from the farmer that actually owns the excavator. And then I've got the main pile here. Now something to be considerate of is the fact that because the dirt is wet, it is going to be heavier, which means I just need to drive a little slower so that we don't pop a tire or anything like that. Don't want anything like that.
Getting into the core there, I like it.
Yeah, as figured, right inside that pile of dirt, it's actually dry. That's a good sign. That's a very good sign. That means once I get through the outer crust, it's gonna get a little lighter. I'm a little worried about it sticking into the bucket, but what are you gonna do?
Also, you might be wondering, is this where we're dumping all of the dirt? No, this is not where we're dumping all of the dirt. We're just making a road because there was such a cliff here, because the hay wagons are gonna come up around the manure pile, straight down this way, get unloaded, and then come this way, and then go straight out. We're just making a path to where the dirt is being stored, which is over there. Okay, so we got that pile taken care of. It is not graded, of course. I mean, just look at it, crazy looking. I'm gonna start up the excavator and move it out of the way because I need to be able to get up here and, well, it's in the way. So I'm gonna let it warm up for a little bit.
Older machines, I never like to just move immediately, so. All right, we'll let that warm up for a little bit while I take some loads of dirt.
Hydraulic fluid looks good. Engine sounds good. Good, good, good. Okay, well, I have only ever driven an excavator once, and you can see I'm working on grabbing the dirt that's on the side of the bank here with the bucket. That way, when I'm scooping in this way, I'm not on the side and then potentially rolling off. I think this is probably warm enough now that I can move it. Honestly, I think I could just back it up straight over there and then aim it so that it's not gonna go down the hill. That should work.
Can learn that quick.
I'm not even gonna think about how much work that is to move that pile. We're just gonna get started. All right, so we've got as far as I can scoop in with the bucket on this side here. So now we are looping around and heading right on up.
Interesting fact for you. One heaped load in my bucket, and if I were to take that and put that into the Veggie Boys loaders bucket, I could put 1.5. So there's actually quite a lot of material that's in that bucket.
Be a little careful going down this slope. It's where I'm very thankful I've got 900 pounds on the back there.
Now, don't get me wrong, that tractor would of course make this faster because that means every scoop I'm doing is scooping half of what I'm doing right now. But with silage happening today, I'm not gonna be using that tractor. And what's nice with my tractor,
I got a nice idea for how exact I am cutting into the ground.
whereas with the bigger loader, it's really hard to tell how exact you are. But things are going smoothly, so far so good.
Know if this is like a present or Daniel just being classy, but I think it's Daniel being classy. Putting the 120 right here. One of us is using this tractor and then one of us is using the 130 because silage is heavy, very heavy. It's wet, shoot up corn that they're using for their cows. Yeah, and they have the 110 hooked up to the bagger. Wow, that's crazy. Let's head on over and say hello to everybody and see what the plan is. What is for lunch today, Andrew?
All right, we got ham and cheese sandwich. We got some chips. I meant to grab salsa, so, you know, that's sad. And then I got potato pancake that Grammy made because she didn't get potato pancakes at the fair. So she said if I didn't get potato pancakes at the fair, I'm just gonna make potato pancakes.
Man, is that sour cream on top of them?
Mm-hmm, it's so good.
And what you got over here? What's this?
An apple dumpling that I've kind of like made into an apple crisp.
It looks really good, Matt.
It is.
I gotta go get myself something before it's all gone. All right, we're heading on down to the field. Make sure I have everything right. Here we go.
So how do you think today is gonna go?
Smooth, fun.
I just couldn't get out of bed.
Man, it's okay. I understand.
I feel bad.
I know you do. That's why I understand. I just had to ask you in front of the camera because everyone's going to be wondering where you were. You ever want to see what makes farmers really excited? There you go. Look at them all, watching the silage harvester run for the first time this season.
So is that a case tractor up there, Joe?
Yes, it's a case tractor.
When did we get a case tractor?
We don't have a case tractor. That's the farmer's tractor. That's the farmer's tractor that's helping do silage for the Veggie boys. So
He's moving.
we'll try to keep up with him. All right, remember to block the tire. So all three silage wagons are not ours, and the silage harvester and the tractor is not ours. The farmer, he goes around to all the smaller farms in the area, harvests silage. He is compensated for that. And the bagging machine that we're going to be using for putting the silage into the bag is also another farmer's. Actually, we're using a lot of different farmers' equipment, which is a very common thing in our local area. A lot of the farmers all know each other, have each other's phone numbers, as you guys have seen here on this channel. For all of my horse lovers, do not feed your horses silage. That is not a good idea. Do not do that. This is not for horses. This is something that is for cows and for cows only. So this isn't going to be fed to their chickens. This isn't going to be fed to the horses, only for the cows. The way this is supposed to work is the farmer is going to be running his silage harvester and his tractor, and Daniel and I are going to be playing tag with both of these tractors, making sure he is always running. That's the goal, because if he's sitting and doing nothing, that means that the farmer that's waiting for him to be harvesting silage isn't getting their silage harvested, and we have a very tiny window while the corn is at this exact state for it to be harvested for silage. In fact, it's a little bit tiny past prime, so you can see how it's going. That's the context of everything. Now you guys are just going to see a bunch of clips of everything happening. Mind you, these wagons, yeah, they get pretty heavy. They get very heavy, actually. So the 130 and the 120 are going to be getting pushed to their limits today for weight. The 110 used to do this, but it would actually get stuck. If it was trying to drive up a hill, it would start to lose traction and start hopping. It wasn't heavy enough, and it didn't have new tires on it. I think if it was heavier and had newer tires, it could do it, but it would be really groaning and struggling, and you don't like to be that hard on the engines. All right, enough talking. Roll the footage. Well, they got a flat tire, brand new tire, brand new rim, tire pressure was checked, and a flat tire. Farmer is a little angry because of the whole thing, but you know, there's different types of farmers being angry. I kind of classify him as a healthy angry, kind of just like upset at the situation, but in no way, shape, or form is he letting it impair his judgment. All right, I gotta hook up to this wagon and get it over there. We went from 3 wagons down to 2. Oh boy. Hook up to the other one so that I'm ready to bring it over to them when they need it. While we're doing silage, a neighbor farmer called. He needs help, so Daniel just left with the loader while Matthew and another neighbor farmer are here working on getting the tire fixed, and Brian, and I'm working on getting this wagon hooked up. Okay, we're heading out. I'm gonna put this in 4-wheel drive. This is a little heavy. Tractor was struggling there a little bit. The best part is going to be pulling out onto the road here. I'll show you guys what we got going on. It's a blind turn, and the people that are coming down the road are coming down a hill, and they tend to fly. Yeah, I gotta go down a whole range. Let's do 2. Yep, that gives me power. There we go. There we go. Wow, that's a doozy. All right, let's get on home, guys. First load of silage. There goes Daniel on his way to help the farmer. This thing's a little imposing and menacing coming down the road, so usually people give you room. Ooh, wow. Okay, now let's line ourselves up. It's heavy. It's really heavy.
Yeah, I don't care if you're sitting on the road a little bit.
Okay. Now this is the hard part. You gotta line yourself up just right. Is that a good speed? So this machine takes the silage, grinds it up, adds an additive into it, and then compresses it into a giant bag. So you're gonna be impressed how much it compresses and puts into that bag. It's impressive.
That's what we're looking for. All the kernels cracked and ground up.
Okay, this is the wagon that had the flat tire. They have it fixed. It's fully loaded. We're heading out. Second load for the day. Bye, empty wagon. Okay, woo, that was a little tight there. We've got another wagon waiting for us to unload, so we gotta get going. All right, we're off. Woo! Got goosebumps. Sweet. Hopefully he's not waiting for us. So good news, he's not waiting for us. So I'm going to go out the opposite end of the field and kind of just follow him, so that way he doesn't feel like he has to push his equipment. The second that he feels like it's full, he could just stop. We'll swap wagons, I'll hook up to the full one and head out. By then, Daniel should be back with the other wagon and we'll just keep running in tandem. Should be good. Bit of a tight turn. There we go. So as they get deeper into the middle of the field, the corn gets nicer. So originally he was able to get all the way up to that corner, but maybe as time moves on, he'll get all the way down to this corner or maybe even back out here. So that's why I'm just gonna follow them, and then the second that I see them stop and whatnot, then I know, okay, we're set. This is load number 4. Well, good news, guys, we actually caught up. Daniel's still sitting here waiting. So it's always okay if we're waiting. Just don't want the silage harvester waiting. So good deal, good deal. He's on his way back up here. He should be up here in like any minute. Just about full too. You guys know how happy Pete is right now?
So here we are out chopping silage. Joel handed me the camera. Got a Case Maxim 150 with a New Holland chopper. Now, this head, normally when you're with corn, you have to follow the rows, but this head is special and it doesn't have to. It feeds it in, it'll take it any direction it goes, and the head feeds it in, this grabs it, and it goes into the back, into this thing. This is a conditioner. This squeezes the silage and the corn and crushes it. Then it comes across here to the fan, out, up into the wagon. Hi, I'm going to explain how a silage wagon works. So, as he's chopping silage, there's a big fan on the back of that silage chopper that blows it right in the big opening here. And once it's in there, it lands on the floor, and there's that chain. When they're unloading, that chain walks forward, brings it out to here, lands on this, into the bagger. Now, what those beaters do is, because silage is heavy, it'll pack in there, even just the short amount of time from the field up to the bagger. So those just break up the big clumps.
You want your silage to be feeding out evenly, so you don't want it coming out in clumps. You want it to be a nice even flow feeding into the bagger. There's a lot of moving parts on this, and there's a lot that can go wrong. And that is why we don't use our own equipment, because we just don't use it enough for it to really warrant it. This is equipment that likes to be used a lot. So it's actually a common practice for farmers to do this, because equipment is expensive anymore, so that also helps.
Heavy wagon filled it a little too full.
Thinking this is probably the second to last load, which is exciting considering it's only 4:21. We started basically at 1, so in 3 hours we got this whole thing done. They're using less silage this year. If you guys want all the details on why that is, make sure you check out the channel, The Veggie Boys. Most of you know about it, but for those of you that don't, I highly recommend it. It's a good channel. Well, there we go. That is all of that. Man, almost feels like a light job this year because we're only doing one bag, but it also was really nice because we had lots of really good equipment, high quality equipment. You know, don't get me wrong, old tractors have its place, but I know this isn't gonna be something that Petey's very fond of. I am an advocate for the newer equipment. I think that the efficiency, the way that they're able to handle their job and their task is second to none. Absolutely second to none. I know I'm gonna get some flack for that comment. I know a lot of you are gonna disagree with me, but that is my opinion and I am sticking to it. So Petey got to drive the last wagon home. I'm sure he is pretty excited. This is what the bag looks like here now. Whew, this thing's leaning hard. They're gonna be using that probably early spring, would be my guess. Early spring, late winter. They're gonna be opening and going into that bag next. I'm gonna head on in and talk to my wife. I haven't gotten to see her for a little bit. They're already moving the wagons to the next farm, the farmer. In fact, his name is Jeff. Happy thank you to you, Jeff. Jeff's an awesome guy. He's on his way to the next farm as well to take care of that. Guy's all smiles. Can't go wrong with talking to him. He's a happy guy. Look at Andrew handling mums. So pretty. I think the mums are such beautiful flowers.
We just got finished up with the wagon, so we have them parked all over the place. Daniel took a wagon back already. We just pulled the bag off of the bagger. So what we're gonna do is get the skid steer loader. We're gonna scoop up all this feed it to the cattle. We're gonna take all this that was in the back of this thing, and we're gonna feed that to the cattle. This is a lot, actually. You don't realize how much feed is actually here. So we might pile it up and feed more tomorrow. Altogether, I think it was a successful day. If I had to use a word, to encompass everything that was accomplished today, I'd have to say complete. It's a complete day.
All right, guys, tractor is at home. This is where we're gonna be doing all the wiring. Hopefully the next video you guys see, the lights will be all working and ready to go, which is kind of exciting. Hey, I hope you enjoyed. Today was pretty awesome. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't, don't forget to hit that like button. Make sure that you're subscribed. Keeps you up to date on all future family content. And as always, I will see you in the next one. All right, enough talking. Roll the footage.
Let's go!
Hey guys, welcome to the blooper section. Let's get started with the bloopers. Hey, what are these camera angles? You're making a blooper clip right now. This is an awful camera clip.
We're done. Wait, there we go. Well, we're done. How was that? Was that pretty good?
That was pretty great, Andrew. That was
Okay,
pretty good.
I'll be serious.
Maybe something a little bit more smoldering, you know?
Smoldering.
Yeah, like a little bit more debonair.
Like a young fire. That's what my nickname is, Young Fire. Anyway, that was nice. That was clean.
That was good. That was good. High five. High five.